For the overload, call Jessup Premium Storage at 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage units are indoors, climate controlled, and they have 24-hour surveillance and on-site management. You have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to your unit. Sizes range from 5x5 to 10x25. They also have outside covered and uncovered spaces available for vehicles, boats, trailers, and RVs. Jessup Premium Storage on the Waycross Highway in Jessup.
105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. 7 minutes after 8 o'clock, Friday morning, the 9th day of February. Butch over here with you, along with Bob Morgan. World-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Burt's Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out on the Waycross Highway, Republic Services, and by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Frost Street in downtown Jessup. Bob, we got special guest in this morning, Wayne County Tourism Board, Hog Jam coming up. Let's talk about it.
We got them. Got Heather, Mike Lane, and Mike Deal.
Good morning.
Mike Deal wears so many hats. You might be the person who wears more hats than anybody, right? You know? All these people come and say, I'm wearing this hat and that, and you got a lot of hats. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Who wants to go first? Heather, you want to go first? You're the...
Yeah, we don't know Heather, the tourism director here. Okay.
We're kicking it. We're going from coons to hogs this month, and our Wayne County Hog Jam is going to be February 16th, 17th, 18th, which is next weekend at the JC Fairgrounds. We're taking registrations now online and in the office for this event. The event is open to gun hunters and bow hunters. Children under 16 can hunt with a registered adult. There's a little bit of, details inside the event that, we don't release and it's not on our flyers. And one of those is the opportunity to hunt bow and gun. And I'll let Mike Deal tell you a little bit about, Mike Lane tell you a little bit about that one.
Mike Lane, go ahead.
Yeah, we give the hunters an opportunity. When we first started this, we would only let them join either gun or bow. But we had a bunch of hunters approach us wanting to know if they can join both. So as long as they pay $50 to join the gun category, they can also pay $50 to join the bow category, and then they have a chance to win both categories if they got enough hogs.
Well, the weigh-in is always a popular event. People love coming out and watching the hogs be weighed on that Sunday. What time will that take place? Sunday again?
Well, we'll start weighing them in. They've hunted pretty much all weekend, so we'll start weighing in pretty early. They'll start coming in, around 10? 9 or 10, and then the grand hoorah will come in right before quitting time. They'd like to wait and bring their hogs in at the last minute, so just like everything else. But if you want to come out, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to see what we got roaming in the wild, and hogs are an issue in Georgia. And I was reading the GON where they're trying to come out with a poison. But that's why we started this. They compete with the deer and other animals, turkeys, all that stuff. And we started this to try to eradicate some of the problem in Jessup and throughout the state. We thought we would have a lot more state participants come in and get involved. And we have had a lot. Probably a little over half of our entrants are from out of the county. So it's a good thing to try to get rid of some of those guys and let the deer flourish, and that's what we do it for. And as big as this looks from the outside when you come out and see all the way in, the major thing that we do is we do an event and bring 10 wounded warriors in. Most of our work is with that portion, and most folks never realize that. We've got a pretty good group of people that sponsor that, and you can sponsor that event for $300 and be listed on the board out there. And it's just good for the county to get involved and do something for the wounded warriors. And a lot of people come in and say, well, they didn't look too wounded to me. Well, you got to talk to these guys to know. All of them suffer pretty much from PTSD. And one great story we had, one of the guys talked to us a couple of years ago, and he said, Mr. Deal, this is the only 2 nights since I come back from the war that I've slept all night long without having bad dreams. So
amazing.
We're not miracle makers, but when it makes it all worthwhile. It's a ton of work. Me and Mike Lane's been feeding, and they're eating us out of house and home. We've had to cut back on our meals at home to make sure the hogs get fed. But we got enough, and we have some other guys in the community that help us and take some of the hunters. But I think we're taking probably the most we've ever taken this year, and it was up to 7. So if anybody wants to give us a little relief and take 1 or 2 of these guys, we're still open for that. But Lindsey Thomas takes 2 up to his hunting club in Middle Georgia and really puts on a show for those guys. We would like to thank Lindsey. We're proud of what he does. And some of the other guys that are taking some, Mike.
I want to say something real quick. We're talking about weigh-in and things like that. In the hog jam categories, we have the biggest hog that's weighed in on Friday night and Saturday night. So they have to be weighed in by 10 o'clock because spectators were coming out throughout the weekend and wanting to see some hogs weighed in. So we've added this category. It's $100 payout for Friday night and Saturday night. So during the day of Friday afternoon to 10 o'clock on Friday night, we have hogs coming in to weigh in for that additional category because they'll also have the ability to weigh in again on Sunday with an additional hog. So that is on Friday and Saturday night up to 10 o'clock. We do have have weigh in throughout the weekend other than just on Sunday. I'm going to let Mike Lane tell you a little bit about our sponsors that's helping us out this year by hosting Wounded Warriors and what all they contribute to do.
Okay, Mike Lane.
Mr. Deal did a good job on touching on the Wounded Warrior project that we do during this event, and it's what I look forward to the most. I mean, we really enjoy it. I also like to mention Randy Asmawa with DNR. He's the one that actually works with the guys over at Fort Stewart to organize the hunters and get them in here for us to take hunting. Real quick, I want to touch on our sponsors that we have so far for the Wounded Warriors. First of all, I'd like to thank Comores. They've actually become one of our corporate sponsors. They sponsor all of our events throughout the year. And then for the Wounded Warrior Hunt, we have Bob Smith, Sheriff John Carter, Carter Land Service, Vi Bennett, Leah Lewis, Attorney at Law, R&R Automotive, Harris Real Estate, Code Blue, Omaha Wildlife Association. And then we also have Lindsey Thomas and Tony Shug Blanton with Omaha Heating and Air. That's going to take a couple of our hunters hunting this year. We do have some spots left open. Oh, yeah, Kevin Copeland is also assisting us with taking hunters. And
hey, you've got folks hunting all over the place, don't you, for the hog jam, right?
Yes, sir. Lindsey Thomas actually takes them he'll take 2 to, what county is it?
It's in Middle Georgia.
Somewhere in Middle Georgia.
Okay.
But also Kevin Copeland, Janet Daniel, and Rainier Advanced Material. But we are looking for a couple more sponsors for the Wounded Warrior Project. It's $300 to sponsor this event, and I'm telling you, it's money well spent. These guys come in and they have a blast. We wine them and dine them the whole weekend.
Okay. So you got the Wounded Warriors, which you personally work with, taking them on these hunts. And for the other folks that are, the other people who are competing in this competition, they come from all over the place, right, Heather?
That's
just
correct.
The regular hunters out there.
My first registration form in the mail was for Macon, Georgia.
Macon, Georgia,
So,
huh?
I mean, they hunt the whole state.
You can hunt the whole state?
Yes,
What about
sir.
the adjoining states? Do they do that
Yes, sir.
also?
You can hunt Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee also.
Okay.
With this event, it's open to any of these states as long as you follow your rules and regulations through the Department of Natural Resource. Don't bring a live hog across the county line. It has to be dead before it crosses the county line. Those kind of things are very important to us. We believe in honesty, and we're going to test your honesty every year on our polygraphs and things that we give for these tournaments. And so we just hope that everybody follows the rules and does what they're supposed to. Do you want to go over the prizes real quick here?
Okay, so you've got how many people do you have registered already? Do you know right off the bat?
No, because so many's come in online.
They
That's
come
my
in online.
biggest thing.
Do the young folks just show up the
We
day
do.
of?
We do.
When's the first day
in
when
our-
it starts?
Well, the event starts Friday, so
Next
you have to
Friday?
be registered
Okay.
by 2 o'clock on Friday. But there's some people that work on Fridays and says, I can't hunt Friday night, I'm going to hunt Saturday. So we take registration up till Friday or Saturday, as long as they're registered by 2 o'clock on these days so that they can hunt the whole day. We also have our categories this year is going to be the biggest bow or gun. First place is going to be $1,000. Second place is going to be $500, and third being $250. That's each category for bow, gun, and for bow and gun. And then we have the Friday night hog and the Saturday night hog, which will the biggest weighed in for each night will be $100 payout.
Hunt at night or during the day or any time?
They can hunt anytime.
Anytime.
Anytime during the day, the evening, the mornings, however, at night. I mean, a lot of my hunters are now hunting at night with night scopes, under night light feeders. So, hogs basically around the clock. Around the clock they can hunt these animals. We have the biggest hog killed by youth. It's going to be $100 payout, and then the biggest female is going to be $250. With the $250 for the female will
biggest female hog.
Right. The biggest hog killed by a female.
Just want to get you straight.
Yes. Well, most females that hunt our tournament know that I'm talking to them. Hey, this is your payout.
I'm just picking.
They also will be eligible in the category overall. If a female comes in and has killed the biggest hog overall, she will be enter into bow or gun, whichever that category, and then the alternate lower weigh-in by female will receive.
Heather Altman in here along with Mike Deal and Mike Blank talking about the Hog Jam coming up next weekend. How much total money do you think y'all be handing out there?
It's guaranteed that we'll pay out at least $4,000.
Okay. All right.
For this event. If y'all will notice, before we get texts start coming in, we haven't talked about dog category.
There it is right there. Somebody just texted, why did they stop dogs?
I knew it was coming.
It's right there in text. Remember, folks, if you have a question or comment during the Butch and Bob Show or any other time, you can text us on our regular business and studio line, 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. We're live on the air, so we can't pick up the phone, but we can read the text when it comes up on the screen. Mike Lane, go ahead.
The reason you don't have a dog category this year is for lack of participation.
Oh.
Last year, our dog teams went down significantly. We had to, if you'll notice on our flyers, we always put this on there, payout based upon number of entries. That's a little disclaimer that we have to put, because if we say we're guaranteeing,
legal ease there, huh?
If we're saying we're guaranteeing 4,000 without that clause and we have 10 people join, we go lose our tails off. So we had to cut their payout last year. I've talked to a number of the dog team captains since the tournament last year, and basically that's the simple reason that it was canceled.
But why do they want to hunt it? Just go out there and have fun. That's what the hogs are raised. That's what the dogs are raised and trained for. You got competition here. You have a chance to win some money, compete against your buddies. Why wouldn't they want to hunt?
We started this event for the dog hunt.
Yeah, you did.
Originally started for these.
Mike, look closer to you there.
Some locals come to us and approached us to, just like they say, you hunt everything, why not hunt hogs?
Mm-hmm.
And we started for them. Just to see the participation of your locals and like Mike said, he's called some of the captains of the last, year's participations and asked, we're just not going to do it this year. A lot of them were complaining we didn't want to kill all our hogs on our club. It was just, too much. So we did away with the stringer category to keep them from killing them, and then it was just back and forth, and we got to the point to where we told them, y'all tell us, you guys tell us, what do you want to change? What do you want to? And we just couldn't get the feedback we needed.
Couldn't get the feedback. They raise these dogs. They train these dogs for hunting hogs. And you got a tournament here, a local tournament where they have a chance to win some money, compete, and have some bragging rights. And they still don't want to come up. I'm trying to wrap my brain around this.
We're not going to say that we won't never bring it back if the participation comes back and these guys are willing to sit around the table and come up with what they want in their category. We'll consider bringing it back, but we have to have the participation to bring it back.
Right. It's not the lack of hogs out there, Mike Neal.
It was not. These guys are being real nice, and I'm gonna get down in the weeds a little bit.
Yeah, Mike likes to tell it right like it is.
We'd love to have these guys, and most of them are friends of ours.
Right.
But the competition gets so great until really the only issues we've ever had with that contest is the infighting between the hunters.
You gotta be kidding me. You
They're
do it
pretty
for
jealous.
fun.
They're pretty jealous.
It's not life and death, y'all.
I don't know. It's fun.
Well,
The
death for hogs, but...
the fun part comes from winning.
Yeah.
And we've had some issues, and we can't get it worked out where we satisfy all of them. So it's been dwindling, and we've had complaints. Most of our complaints come from that. And if these guys will get back and get interested, we had several of our major hunters said they were not going to get in this year because of things that's happened in the past. And we polygraph people.
You do polygraph the
yeah,
winners
we
to make sure they're on the up and
Now,
up.
saying that, I'll say this. You know, it's not a perfect world. And someone probably, if they're indoctrinated into the cheating game and the outlaw game, they probably can, they might can get by the polygraph. I don't think that they really can. You know, we do a short polygraph. If we had hours and hours to do a polygraph, I have full confidence in it. But
I can't believe that people would even cheat on something like that. I mean, you're out there having fun. It's a competition. You know, what kind of satisfaction do you have by cheating?
We'd love to have these guys back, but it's just we've had issue after issue. It's what kind of hogs you're gonna kill. Old Joe pinned up hogs and released them, and this, that, and the other. So it got down to the point where it looked like we were only going to have 4 or 5 dog teams this year.
And to touch a little bit further on that, I actually took the time last year on Sunday after all the hogs were weighed in. I met with every dog team captain that was out there, called me into a meeting, and I told them, I said, hey guys, this event is for y'all. Tell us what we can change or what we can do to make this event so everybody thinks it's fair and it's equal and y'all want to participate. Y'all get together, y'all talk about it and get back with me. I gave them all my number.
Right.
I didn't hear back from the first person about what we could do to try to tweak it. So, like I said, we touched base with several of them starting a few months ago, and we've had 3 or 4 or 5 of our main teams that's joined it every year say they weren't getting in it this year. So that's
just their thoughts and feelings about the other teams that's keeping them out. So I've always said there should be another beatitude. Blessed are the flexible, for they won't get bent out of shape. I try to live with that because that's a very difficult one for me. So it just we have that.
We got some good teams that hunt this event.
So no dogs this year because of some of the infighting there, but plenty of just regular hunters out there hunting them hogs, trying to win a lot of money.
I'd also like to point out too, for the sponsors that's doing this, sponsoring the Wounded Warrior hunt. Your sponsorship also, we take that money that you give us for sponsorship and we pay for each Wounded Warrior to actually enter the contest.
Okay.
And we have a separate payout out of that sponsorship money so that the biggest hog killed by a Wounded Warrior, the first and second biggest hog killed by a Wounded Warrior, they're going to automatically win something, but they are also entered into the contest so they could win the $1,000 too.
They could win it also.
If they killed the biggest hog. So just want to let the sponsors know some of what we're doing with their money.
All right.
Oh, and also the sponsors, everybody that sponsors Sheriff John Carter is going to be providing the meal on Friday night at JC Fairgrounds. We're planning on eating around 6:30. And
it's going to be a great meal if John Carter's.
It's always good.
It's going to be good.
And all the sponsors are invited, and we wish they would right out there and meet these guys. And that's just be there at the fairgrounds by 6 o'clock on Friday evening.
Okay. Well, the Hog Jam coming up next weekend, put on by the Wayne County Board of Tourism. We've got Mike Dillon here, Mike Lane, and the director of the Tourism Board, Heather Altman, in here, explaining all the rules. And how can folks still enter if they want to do and get out there and hunt some hogs and win some money there, Heather?
They can visit our website at waynetourism.com. We have online
waynetourism.com. Okay.
We have online registration there. They can come by my office. They can pick up packets at different locations. Rainier has some. My office has some. If we're not there, you can pick them up there. Registration, like we said, is going to be open all day. Friday and Saturday while we're there for weigh-in. And that's going to be at JC Fairgrounds. We take on-site registration for those that can't make it by the office or travel somewhere else to come here. Yeah, all day on Friday we'll be setting up and on-site at JC Fairgrounds, and then, of course, Saturday we'll be there also. But for people that's wanting to go ahead and get registered, you can pick up your application, like I said, at my office, or you can register online at waynetourism.com.
And, of course, your office is located in
the Jessup Train Depot.
Depot there, right next to railroad tracks on Broad Street. Well, good. It's great. Y'all gonna have T-shirts again this year?
We are.
You are. Good-looking T-shirts, huh? Where's Bob's and mine and Donna's? Oh, okay.
They don't get printed till that.
Right.
Mostly we call in to our order and say this is how many we have registered. He'll go ahead and print those, and then we print on site so that we don't get left with a
You always do a great job. Whoever designs those Hog Jam T-shirts
yes,
do a great
Lisa
job.
Strout with that back tees is our art designer, and she is so wonderful because, you know, we change sponsors every 3 years. We take on a sponsor for 3 years to sponsor our events, and this year's Comores, and so she's always great to call and say, hey, Lisa, I need this change. Can you work our design and see how this logo is going to look on our T-shirts? And she makes them look amazing. She always does a great job over there.
Amazed at folks that can have that type of creativity.
And real quick on the T-shirts, we want to especially thank Scott Hall. He's done a great job for us. When we first started all these events, we'd try to pre-order a set number of T-shirts, and a lot of times we're left holding 200 or 300 shirts.
Oh, boy.
But Scott has actually worked with us. He goes out on site now. He prints on site, so we'll print up a minimum pre-order, and then if we get more hunters, he just prints them on site. So it's helped us out tremendously.
All right, for the folks out there who are not hog hunters, they're not going to be out there, you know, going through the swamps and the woods and doing that, but they want to be a spectator and see what happens. What's the big day in time for the big weigh-in and polygraph stuff and prizes and cash handed out and all that kind of good stuff?
Sunday will be the day. They start coming in as early as 10 o'clock up through 2 o'clock. So if I had to pick a time to be there, I'd say when you get out of church, you want to grab you something to eat and come on out. We've got a vendor that's going to be on site selling barbecue plates there. So if you want to run home and change and come out there and have you some lunch and wait on the way in, we'd love to have you.
Okay. Now, all these hogs that are harvested during this hunt, do the hunters take them themselves? Do they donate the meat? What do they do with it? Do they have, or does it matter? Deal?
Well, we had an excellent plan where we donated it to a place here in Jessup to feed the hungry.
Mm-hmm.
But the state come in and decided unless it had a USDA stamp on it, they couldn't.
Government got
use
involved.
So we usually give about 2,000 pounds of ground up meat to them, and they served it for weeks.
You give it to who?
We give it
Tabitha's. Okay.
Tabitha's.
All right. So, good.
But we give a lot to anyone that comes out and wants some meat. We still give a lot of it away.
Okay.
We have someone on site that's butchering and.
Do the hunters ever take any of themselves?
Yeah, on occasion, if you get a good one, then you know that's a younger hog. It's in good shape.
But you're still able to ground it up and give it to a local charity. I guess the government, the USDA was concerned about maybe some of it, and so they just said, hey, you're going to have to do a little different, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just looking out for the public, right?
Yeah, what we do now is we give it to individuals that come out there, and we usually have quite a few that come out.
Okay. Well, sounds good.
We had come in?
Lane, huh?
That was the only question we had come in?
Yeah.
Very good.
About the dogs. No one else had any questions? They all did a good job of explaining about the Hog Jam coming up. How many years is this for the Hog Jam? Do you know? Nothing on the nothing there?
If I'm not mistaken, I think this one is going to be our 8th year.
8th year of the Hog Jam?
Yes.
All right. So how did the coon hunt go?
The coon hunt went great. You know, that's a PKC event that we just tag on and help with that event as far as help with the payout and the setup and things like that. It was a huge success. We had 65 hunters one night. Help me mark out how many.
So a good percent.
49 the first on Thursday. I believe it was 49 on Thursday night. 57 or 58 on Friday night, and then back down to 52, 54 on Saturday.
So you gave out a lot of cash and money on that for the coon jam,
we
right?
did, and Michael Lewis and Get May do a great job with that event. I mean, we had them from everywhere, from Oklahoma, Tennessee. I think we had one from New York that traveled in his 18-wheeler with his dog that come down and ran with us. So they come from all over. It was a very successful event, yes.
We got a person been calling, I guess, for the last 15. Remember, folks, we cannot answer the phone during the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. We're talking live on the air, but you can text us at 912-427-3711 if you have a question or comment.
Let me add one thing before we leave. We still have a couple of sponsors left, a couple of slots left for sponsors for the Wounded Warriors.
A couple more Wounded Warriors need to be sponsored.
$300.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it takes a lot to bring those guys in. We feed them.
And they come in from all over, or what?
Yeah, they're military.
Military. I mean, they're not like Southeast Georgia.
No.
They just come in.
We won't have
Fort
any.
Stewart. Fort Stewart. They came in from Fort Stewart.
We
Okay.
won't have any from Georgia, and when it costs a good bit for those guys. We do the entry.
Okay.
We do the feed. We have
Housing,
them. We
the whole
take
thing.
care of them the whole weekend. So.
Okay.
And the other thing is,
And if a person wants to sponsor one of the Wounded Warriors, just get in contact with Heather down at the Wayne County Board of Tourism, and she'll get you set up.
And you can reach me on my mobile anytime at 912-256-2512, or give me a call at the office. I'll be there majority of the day cleaning up my trailer and packing up for Hog Jam.
if you can't get Heather, call Mike or Mike.
Yeah, call Mike Deal at City Hall, or call Mike Lane at the Jessup Police Department.
And one last thing.
Captain Lane, that is. We need to give you your correct title there,
Well,
Captain Lane.
One last thing, we're not really mad at the dog hunt teams. If they'll come up with a plan,
It's not
if
between
they'll
y'all.
come up with a plan, we have one of the best teams in Wayne County as they are in the state, and another good team's in Ware County, and another good team is in Long County. And these other guys that hunt says we can't beat them, so we're not going to join. So that's what we run into.
For fun.
It's for fun.
Just go out there and just have a good time.
These guys take it serious.
I know they take it seriously, but just go out and have some fun. The Hog Jam coming up here next weekend. Call the Wayne County Board of Tourism if you want to join, or any more information about it. Go to their website at, what's the website again?
www.waynetourism.com.
WayneTourism.com.
912-427-3233, or on my mobile at 912-256-2512.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck with the Hog Jam. Coming up next weekend. You're listening to WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Stores located out here on the Waycross Highway, by Republic Services, and also brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jessup, just down from the Big Red